10 Age of Mythology Tips, Part 4. Enemy gold mines. Leaving a unit on an opponent's gold mine is a great way to alert you that they're moving their villagers. The only problem is, if it sits there and you shift-click the idle military banner to select all of your units, it will take that unit off of the gold mine. One way to stop this happening is using the patrol feature. Simply use the patrol feature to move from one side of the gold mine to the other, and then you can use your idle military banner without moving that unit off the gold mine. Atlantean clean advance times. Atlantean citizens are very slow, so if you have low hunt in your starting base, you can't always get the clean advance time you're looking for because of the extra walking time. As the Atlanteans don't need storehouses, once the temple has started to go up, you can send a pig over to the tree line and the gold mine and swap each citizen off so you can get the 400 food needed to hit the classical age and hit the desired advance time. The Colossus. Not only is it one of the tankiest units in the game, but it also regenerates health by eating gold mines and trees. One way to use this is on your opponent's gold mine. They then have two choices: to pump damage into the Colossus and hope they take it down while you take out their army, or ignore it and watch their gold run out. Hades Shades. One of Hades' unique abilities is when a human unit dies, there's a 20% chance of a Hades Shade spawning at the temple. But what if you don't have a temple? When you next build a temple, all the Hades Shades that should have spawned come in all at once. You can use this for one big push as it goes over the population cap, or just to have some fun. Wall damage. Throwing up a quick wall is a great way to defend your gathering villagers from raids. But did you know walls have an interesting mechanic of how the damage spreads? When you damage one wall piece, it also damages the two segments either side. Knowing this, if you start to damage the wall next to that damaged segment, it gets chunked down to the same HP. So a wall can go from full HP to 1 HP through one archer shot. Traitor vortex. There's one Atlantean combo that's so good but it can't get pulled off very often. If you use the Traitor god power to take a unit that can garrison units inside like a siege tower, then garrison your citizens inside the siege tower, it will allow you to send your citizens to wherever you cast the god power vortex. Perfect for getting some buildings up in your opponent's base. Classical Age Siege. In Age of Mythology, there's not many siege units early on, so you can catch your opponent off guard with a swift takedown of their buildings. The best unit for this is Zeus Hoplites. These don't look strong, but can take down your town centre quicker than anything else in the Classical Age, and are easy enough to mass. Each civ also has a low crush damage myth unit to get the job done, but they require some help. The two best myth units in the Classical Age for taking down buildings are the fully upgraded Cyclops and Sphinx, especially with an Eclipse. Hero bonuses. Heroes get free upgrades for advancing to the next stage, basically giving them the equivalent of a free line upgrade, meaning your Ajax becomes a heavy Ajax in the heroic age. All heroes get a damage and HP increase for aging up, while the pharaohs and priests also get extra range and line of sight. Your heroes also gain extra armor from armory upgrades. This pharaoh starts off with less armor than the slinger, but after all the armory upgrades ends up with more. Frost. Frost is one of the best heroic age god powers in the game, being able to freeze multiple units at once. However, there's a small bug with how the Frost Giant's special attack works. If left alone, the Frost Giant will use his freeze ability while the enemy units are still frozen, meaning the ability is wasted. One way to stop this is to move your Frost Giants back with 2 seconds left on the frost, and retarget once the frost has thawed out. Norse late game. If you're playing Norse and haven't decided to go for a Ragnarok, then eventually you'll have all your main upgrades and more villages than you'll ever need. Once you've got a good trade setup of around 20 ox caravan, you can start to convert your gatherers and dwarves into elf-sarks to make a big push. Make sure to keep around 40 gatherers total for food and wood income. It's best to do this when you're at a full pop because it goes over the population cap.